first segment. Well, you know what? Can we just address the elephant in the room? Let's get some news. Can we roll the news?
Oh, God.
Because have you heard the God news?
I've heard some.
Yay! Kids, all right. So, have you heard that kids are being put in cages? Has that been a thing that we've talked about?
Yes.
We have?
Yeah, but it's for a religious...
it's biblical.
It's biblical. They've given excuses, religious excuses for it. So.
I actually crawled out from under my rock, and even I saw Sarah Huckabee Sanders saying that it was biblical that they were doing that bullshit. Can we just talk about this for a second?
Mr. Sessions, yes.
Yeah.
It's
biblical to follow the law when we pass it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Cool. So that's energetic.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think
it was Stephen Colbert who read some passages just a little bit beyond that to completely contradict.
Yeah. No, Romans is really not the best freaking book to quote from if you're then going to try.
No kidding.
There was where is her thing? There was a person that wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post talking about how Sessions is inventing a faith all his own.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And
as every Christian does.
Yeah. No, that's effectively the point that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
This friggin' op-ed is...
right.
It begins with the following sentence. The greater the truth, the worse the lie. The corruption of the best is the worst of all. Oh. At which point I was wondering whether I was opening a fortune cookie, but oh God.
Yeah, I'm hearing so much about false Christians and stuff in comments and things. I'm going, you've always been this.
Yeah, this has always been the case, right?
Yeah.
Recently, I spoke to a friend who Hitler came up, and surprisingly, they didn't try and say that Hitler was an atheist, which was good. But they did say
in the right direction.
Hitler, who thought he was a Christian. I was just like...
Everyone?
God mit uns on the belt buckles of the soldiers? Yeah. Really? Do you really want to...
Yeah, they thought they were Christians, Eric.
Yeah.
But they did stuff that we know is bad, so nuh-uh.
Well, you know what? At least we know that they're not Scotsmen. That's for damn sure.
That's right.
They are not real Scotsmen. They go on to talk about how in the Bible and in Romans, God, I sound like I'm on a Christian radio show.
Go for it.
Further on in the Bible, Jeff Sessions contradicts the Word of God, but where it's like Jesus and his followers in this series of rambling stories with this incoherent person are wanderers and are welcomed in all these lands, and there's all the Deuteronomy, whatever it is, where it's, be nice to strangers because you were strangers in Egypt, and, don't murder people, don't fuck with other shit. And then there's also one in Jeremiah that's like
practically verbatim.
Yeah, if you really change your ways and your actions, and I'm quoting the Bible
sure.
right now. What is my life? All right, and deal with each other justly. I got into this gig to not have to quote the Bible.
I know.
Okay, if you do not oppress the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place, ellipsis, then I will let you live in this place, and I will give it to your ancestors forever and ever, or whatever, which is like, so don't be mean to other people, and then you can have Israel forever. And
it seems simple enough.
But no, there's a who's the more artful cherry picker is effectively...
Well, Republican Jesus, isn't it?
Yes, he is the best. He would have won the majority if all of the illegal, Philistines and Roman centurions hadn't come in and voted.
That's right.
Yeah, that joke was far too removed.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, having kids separated from their parents, particularly when they're like 10 years old, is bad.
Yeah.
You know what else is bad? I mean, people are talking about the kids, but just sticking human beings in cages and dehumanizing them. No, that's fine. It's the fucking kids that we're upset about, right? Yeah, no, I totally get that, right? No, you can put an adult in a cage and nobody gets mad. Yeah, no, it's the kids. Right. It's the kids, right? We got to worry about the kids.
For a second, I thought you were going to go on a rant about how we
which generates the most outrage, the most useful outrage.
Well, if you're brown and an adult, then it really doesn't matter, does it? No,
it might.
It drives me up the wall how we can dehumanize people, and it just.
Well, I mean, it does, but at this point, I have like the cynical resignation to it, because this is what. Like the march of an increasingly powerful government with a fascist view of the world looks like, and no one says that.
Well, I will tell you that I do have my way to fix this, and that is by drinking beer out of this TheNonProphets mug, which you can buy online.
Wow, that's a great mug.
Right? So I'm going to continue to get steadily drunk
as we placement
as we move into the next section. Jamie, what do you got next?
Right.
Are we doing another news story? Dennis, what is the order that you usually do this in?
We usually kind of alternate, but I am not prepared.
Okay.
I thought your body was prepared, Dennis.
Yes, well.
Yeah.
We need to lube him up.
I can always... Whoa!
What show am I on? What is this? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Whoa, no.
All right.
We are on the YouTube. Let's not get fucked by YouTube in a serious way. Our organization cannot take that. Eric, don't fuck us on YouTube.
Yeah, just keep saying the F word. That's fine. That's fine. We're good. Yeah,
fuck is fine.
No one will complain.
Fuck is fine. Fucking is a different story.
Okay, so
I sound like a Christian apologist now, but
I do have different articles that are about this across a whole bunch of different websites, and it just all says the same thing. It's Trump appointee says, no, it's totes cool. And it just absolutely blows me away. But there is one other that really, really got me. And it is on this niche Christian show. And it blew me away. So it's the Faith and Freedom program on Bill Mitchell's Your Voice America network. Okay. Where host Leigh Mitchell weighed in on the controversy.
Haters. Oh, this woman. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She was my second segment, so keep going.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to hit you with the highlights, right? The highlights are that she says, quote, "It is not America's fault. It is their fault, the immigrants' fault. If you're here illegally, guess what? Your family is at risk of being broken up because that is what happens in a law-abiding society." That's right. Breaking up families is just what happens
in a
law-abiding society, right? She goes on to let us know that, you know, that these children are really not the best children, obviously. Quote, rape after rape after rape. Children below 10 years old engaging in sexual activity. All kinds of sin and disgrace and darkness. The pit of the pits. So we're not getting the top of the line echelon people coming over this border. We're getting criminals. I mean, total criminals that are so debased and their minds are just gone. They're unclean. They're murderers. They're treacherous.
They're God haters.
They're God haters.
Yeah, with that one...
Grief.
I didn't watch the whole segment, but I wasn't sure from the beginning of that quote whether she was talking about the children being raped and that making them unclean and terrible.
No, the children are the rapists.
Yeah, okay. Children under the age of 10. What is the rate of children under the age of 10 raping people?
Please do not send us stories of children under the age of 10 raping people.
We do not want to read your fan fiction. No. The children... under the age of 10, just no. Okay.
Go on. I really don't want to derail on that.
Well, when you
all the things to derail on,
it makes it sound like it's me. It's not me.
Jamie,
I keep my eyes on a
Dr. Brenner said that we weren't going to go in this.
You said you weren't going to bring up Dr. Brenner.
Okay, you know what,
You said you weren't going to do it. You said you weren't going to.
I swear, right here on the air.
Oh my God. When we get back to the... Don't lash out.
Not in front of Dennis. Don't do this in front of Dennis.
Okay.
Okay.
You're only saying that because you know I was going to say that.
Think of me, the children.
The obviously rapey children.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, I mean, to talk about dehumanization, yeah. It's there was a government memo released a few weeks back that I kicking myself for not having prepared, where it was describing members of like MS-13, which is a vicious gang having knifed and murdered people or whatever, that repeatedly referred to the members of this gang as animals, like just the MS-13 animals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, animals. I think they talked about it on this month's Godless Bitches, which you can also find on all of your ACA content, cross-promotion, cough, cough. But
cough, cough, Godless Bitches also has a Patreon.
Yes, cough, cough, Godless Bitches.
Go on.
Is this like saying over at the end of when you're done talking? You have to say cough, cough at the end, cough, cough? Cricket. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I'm vetting email.
All right, well, you do that.
I thought you probably need a minute as well to process the fact that someone said that in American media.
And that is how we are justifying the inhumane treatment of people.
That's how some people are trying to justify the complete and utter erasure of human beings as human beings.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter because they're the children of God. We're all corrupted, apparently. And so if God says follow the law, then the fact that we pass shit laws is entirely justified. I mean, to be quite honest, that's reasoning can be used to justify any government action.
Yeah, but that is...
I mean, it's a somber note because the moment you say Hitler, everyone's brain turns off.
Yeah, but then again, the very guy who coined the... what's the rule? As soon as you mention Hitler, you've lost the argument.
Yeah. Godwin's Law.
Godwin's Law.
That's right.
The guy who coined Godwin's Law has said publicly, go ahead, these guys are Nazis.
That one I hadn't heard.
Yeah, that's apparently the case.
That is the God news.